Hi everyone, I hope that you're all doing amazingly well today. In today's video, I am going to be reviewing the new Urban Decay Game of Thrones collection. I do have the entire collection here. I will be swatching everything from the collection, from the palette to the highlighter palette to the pencils to the lipsticks. So I will be showing you swatches of every single thing from the collection. I will also be doing a eyeshadow tutorial on the look that I'm wearing right now. And of course, I will let you know what from the collection I recommend and what things from the collection I do not recommend. But yeah, if you guys are interested in all of that, then keep on watching. So really quickly, before I show you the eyeshadow tutorial, I am going to give you some facts about the palette. What I'm going to do in this video is, instead of like giving you all of the information and all of the facts and the pricing on the entire collection all at once, like in a big chunk where I just talk forever, I'm just going to give you that information as I use the products. I think that'll make it a little bit easier and less like boring. So the first item that we're going to be using is going to be the eyeshadow palette. This is what the eyeshadow palette looks like right here. So it does look like a book. It's actually pretty heavy for a palette, and definitely pretty like, I guess, clunky, you would say, but it is more of a collector's item. So anyway, this is what the palette looks like. And then when you pull out this little thing right here, you get the actual palette. It does come all the way out, so when you are doing your makeup, it is super easy to just pull it out, hold it in your hand, and do your makeup. That's what she said. Anyway, the eyeshadow palette comes with 20 eyeshadow shades with a combination of mattes, shimmers, and metallic shimmers, as well as 4 transformer shades, which are these guys right here. And the palette retails for $65. The entire collection is going to be released on April 14th, and the palette has 4 mattes. I was saying 3, but this black color right here, even though it does have glitter in it, it goes on as a matte. So yeah, I would say 4 mattes, and then the rest of them are pretty much shimmers, metallic shimmers, and then you get the 4 transformer shades that are right here. When you open the palette, you get a little mirror on the inside, and then you also get a quote from the Mother of Dragons herself. And then when you pull this little guy up right here, you get a pop-up of the Game of Thrones throne, and then another quote right on the inside. So yeah, that is what the palette looks like. Again, this is definitely something for a Game of Thrones like fan or a makeup collector. Like, I feel like that's what it's geared towards. It's definitely not like a palette that you can easily store away, because it is a little bit heavier and clunkier than other palettes. But I do think they did a really great job with the packaging. And I have their Alice in Wonderland collection, and that one also has like a little pop-up, and I still have that palette. I save it just because for me it's a collector's item, so I feel like this is like the same thing. But anyway, that is all of the facts about the palette, and the release date on the collection again is April 14th. So let me stop talking and let me go ahead and show you the eyeshadow tutorial first. So let's go. So to start off this look, I'm coming in with the P. Louise eyeshadow base in the shade 0. This is basically a white primer, and it's just going to make all of our eyeshadows really pop. So I'm going to be using this one for today's look. So for the first shade that I'm going to be using, I'm going to come in with Lannister Red, which is this one right here. And then I'm going to be using my favorite brush, which is the JH40 from Morphe Brushes. This one is perfect for smaller eyes like mine. It just really gives a precise application, and I have more control of where I apply the color. So we're going to be using this one pretty much for the next couple of colors. And because this is a halo eyeshadow look, I'm going to make sure that I concentrate this color into the inner corner as well as the crease and the outer corner. I'm going to go ahead and start diffusing the shade upwards just a tiny bit, just so that we get a nice seamless blend with the next color. For the next shade, I'm going to go ahead and dip into House Lannister, which is this matte peachy shade right here. So taking the House Lannister color, I'm going to go ahead and overlap it to the first color, and I'm just going to pack on the color first, and then I'm basically going to start blending it and diffusing it upwards towards the eyebrow. As you guys can see, we lost a lot of pigmentation from the first shade, so I'm gonna go ahead and go back in with the same brush, and basically I'm gonna be going back and forth between the two colors, and then we can go ahead and move on. But for right now, I'm basically just gonna use the same brush and build this back up. Alright, so now that we have this all done, I'm going to go ahead and dip into the black shade, which is Take the Black right here. So I'm just going to take the black and put it on my face. Yes, amazing. And I want to just deepen everything up just a little bit. We don't want to come in with a very heavy hand with black at first, so I'm just going to slowly build up this color, and then we'll see how much I actually want to add. So I think I'm pretty happy with the way that this is looking. So I know it looks a little bit crazy right now. Again, I am going to clean off the edge, so don't worry. For right now, I'm going to go ahead and start cutting the crease. To cut the crease, I am going to come in with a little bit more of the P. Louise base. And as you guys know, because I do have small eyes, I am going to take it above my natural crease. So what I'm going to do now is take a little bit of makeup remover and a Q-tip, and I'm just going to take away the excess eyeshadow that we have. I'm going to come back in with the P. Louise primer, and I'm just going to apply that right to the center. And I'm actually going to apply about 2 layers because this primer is a little bit thinner, and I really want the shades that we're going to use on the lid to really stand out and just pop. So I'm going to come in with the first layer, and I'm just going to apply a second layer, and I'm going to really take this chance to sharpen up the edges. Alright, so now that we have the cut crease nice and sharp, I'm going to go ahead and take just a flat brush, and I'm going to just diffuse a little bit of the black to the outer and inner corners. I don't want to put too much. This is basically just going to act as a base for the blue. So now what I'm going to do is grab this blue shade right here, and I'm going to use this little brush that came with the collection. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take the blue shade, and I am going to apply it right over the black. So for the center, I'm going to come in with this one called Free Folk. And taking the shade Free Folk, I'm just taking that right to the center, and I'm going to start blending it in towards the blue. And grabbing a little bit more of the blue shade, I'm just going to start blending it towards the middle. And I'm just going to keep flipping my brush to just make sure that I'm happy with the way that these two colors are blending together in the center. So we need to intensify a little bit more of the black eyeshadow. So I'm going to grab a pencil brush, and I'm just going to diffuse the black out on the outer corner at first, and blending it in with the blue. Taking a little bit more of the black, I'm going to do the same thing to the inner corner and blending it in towards the blue. So what I'm going to do now is take a Q-tip and I'm just going to go ahead and clean off the edge. I still feel like I need to intensify the black a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and come in with the black shade one more time. I'm going to grab a very thin flat brush and dipping back into the black, and I'm now going to apply the black around the cut crease just to define the cut crease a little bit more, and I do want to apply a little bit more of the black around this area. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the pencil brush and I'm just gonna outline the cut crease. I'm gonna go ahead and clean all of the fallout. You can see my face is pretty much turning blue right now. There was a lot of fallout, mostly from the shimmery blue shade, which is kind of to be expected, so it's like not that big of a deal. For the lower lash line, I'm going to come in with the black shade one more time. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the black and I'm just going to line the lower lash just like this. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is grab the blue shade right here one more time using the same brush, and I'm just going to apply that right over the black. And for the inner corner, I'm gonna grab White Walker, which is this light blue shade right here. It's more like iridescent but more pulling blue, I would say, and I am applying that to the very inner corner. And for my waterline, I'm gonna grab the 24/7 Glide On pencil in the shade The Night King, and I'm just applying that right to the waterline. For mascara, I am using this new one from Hank and Henry Beauty, and I'm just gonna go ahead and coat my top lashes, bottom lashes. So for lashes, I'm going to be using these guys right here. These are from a company called Loose Lashes. So this is a finished look. I am going to go ahead and go off camera and I'm going to finish the other eye. I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup and I will be back to let you guys know my final thoughts on the collection. So I'll see you later. Okay. Hello, I am back. So as you guys can see, I just finished the rest of my makeup. I finished yes, I finished me eye makeup and get away from me Lucky Charms, eh? Okay, I finished me again. What? I guess I just turned into a leprechaun. I don't know. So the only thing that I'm not going to be using is going to be the cheek stain, because I do have powder on my face already. Like, look, I actually just swatched it here before, but like, see, it definitely stays, but then when you start to mix it, it kind of just spreads. See, and then it just kind of like keeps spread. My phone is so rude. It just kind of keeps spreading like that. The color is beautiful, but I just don't want to mess with my makeup, so we're not going to be using this one, but this is what it looks like swatched. It's a very beautiful rosy pink color for a cheek stain. Okay, so before I go and put this little guy away, this guy is a lip and cheek stain, and this one retails for $26. Maybe I should just put it on as a cheek stain, although I mean as a lip stain, but it might mess up the lipstick that I kind of wanted to put on today, but I don't know. Let's just see what happens as a lip stain. Oh, that's so pretty. But this is perfect. It's really pretty and a very, very natural color. I love it as a lip stain, and I'm sure it's gonna be beautiful as a blush as well. I just don't want to mess up my base. So yeah, but this is what it looks like on the lips. It's super pretty, very natural. I really like it. So again, this one retails for $26. So now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the highlighter palette right here, and the highlighter palette retails for $36. This is what it looks like, and it does come with a little mirror inside and then 3 shades. And honestly, I was gonna use the gold one right here in the middle because naturally that's what I would like gravitate towards. But I'm gonna be a little bit adventurous, and I'm gonna use the shade Dragon because it's pink, and why not? I might regret this, but why not? Let's just do it, okay? So let's just dip in here and let's see. Oh, it's gonna be really pink. Do I even want to do this? I might mess up my entire makeup. Okay, let's just go for it. Let's just do it. Okay, here we go. Here goes nothing. Oh, it's pretty. Yes. Okay, I don't regret it. That is really pretty. Oh, that's, yes. Yes, Dragon. Okay, this is a gorgeous. I'm impressed. All right, so there is no blush, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this one from the Naked Cherry palette, this little guy right in here. And I'm just going to plop this blush just right here. All right, so we are done with the face. Yeah, I just have to put on a lipstick. The lipsticks retail for $19. So really quickly before I forget, the little brushes both retail for $28. Okay, so since we're here and I'm letting you guys know the price of everything, and I already told you the price of the palette at the beginning of the video, I'm gonna give you the price of these last things. So these are the 24/7 glide on pencils. You guys already saw the swatches. Anyway, these guys retail for $22 each. All right, so I found this lip liner. This one is from Makeup Forever in the shade 42. All right, here we go. It's definitely a little bit darker than the lip liner, but I think I can just go over the lip liner and it's gonna be fine. You know what? Why don't I just use the red lipstick? Let's just use the red lipstick. Let me take this off because, yeah, let's just do the red lipstick. So for lipstick, I'm gonna use this one. This one is Dianaris. I don't even know how to say her name, but Mother of Dragons Ochre. This one might be a little bit too bright, but that's okay. It's better to have a lighter lipstick and a darker lip liner than the other way around, because that was looking a little weird. Yeah, this matches much better. I actually really like the red lipstick. Like, this lipstick is really pretty. It's like a cherry red. I love the color. Would I pair it with, you know, a blue eyeshadow look? No, but this is what we're gonna work with today, so let's just move on. So that is it. That is the complete makeup look with the entire collection, and I guess now let's just have a little chat and let me tell you if this is something that I recommend or not. So I'm gonna go ahead and first start with the eyeshadow palette. I think the eyeshadow palette is beautiful, and I really do like how they packaged it with the little pop-up of the throne, and I think for Game of Thrones fans this is a great palette, especially for makeup collectors, makeup lovers. I think it's a beautiful addition to your makeup collection, but I will say that this is definitely a palette that needs to be paired with other palettes that have a lot more mattes so that you are able to create more looks. So I did have a little bit of a hard time artistically just like coming up with colors you know, in the palette that go together. I say that yes, definitely get it, especially because it is beautiful as a collector's piece. I did not have any issues with blending, with pigmentation, nothing like that. So just to like summarize, do I recommend the palette? Yes. Is it a palette for everyone? No. Is it a palette that you're gonna need to grab another palette, you know, that has more matte colors to pair with this one? Yes. But all in all, I think it's a great palette, and yes, I recommend it. The quality is definitely there, and yeah, I think it's a beautiful palette and it performed really well, so I do recommend the palette. And moving on to the pencils. If you guys are familiar with Urban Decay, you know that these pencils are the best. They are really, really great. I really love their 24/7 pencils. They stay on all day, all night, and they just literally glide on, and they are beautiful. These are some beautiful, beautiful colors. My favorite is the one that I used today, which is the Night King. And yeah, I 100% recommend these pencils. Moving on to the lipsticks. Do I recommend the lipsticks? Yes, I think they're all beautiful. I think out of all four of them, the ones that I would wear the most are this red one, the nude one, and the dark like little purple one. But this gold one I don't see myself wearing. Maybe for like an Instagram picture I would, but other than that I don't think I would be grabbing for it. The formula of the lipsticks are great, super smooth, buttery, and very pigmented, so I definitely recommend the lipsticks. And if you guys are familiar with Urban Decay's lipstick formula, then you will definitely love these lipsticks. And they also have the Game of Thrones special collector's packaging, so yeah, I say why not. And now moving on to the highlighter palette. I think this is a great little highlighter palette. I do like the fact that they included a mirror inside the palette, and I really like the colors that they picked to go into this palette. At first I thought that I was only going to be able to use this gold one here, but honestly I would be able to use all of them. Even this one in the summer when I'm a little bit more tanned, I think would look just fine. And this one really, really surprised me because I thought it was going to be more pink, but as you guys can see, it's packs a punch and it's beautiful. The formula was not super powdery. Actually, it wasn't powdery at all. Yeah, and it just looks beautiful. It's honestly, I have to say, one of my favorite highlighters that I have ever used. So I say yes to this baby right here. Now moving on to the lip and cheek stain. Is it a little bit on the pricier side? Yes, but honestly I have been looking for a lip stain that does what this does for such a long time, and every single time that I buy a lip cheek stain that, you know, that I think is going to do what it's supposed to do, it doesn't. It just basically ends up staining our lips like super, super red, like this kind of red. And this one is just, even though it looks really red, it's just subtle, and it's like just a soft pink natural color. So yeah, I say definitely 100%. And I really like the packaging of it, how it looks like blood, and I don't know, it just looks really cool. So I really like this one as well. And lastly, the brushes. So this one I loved. This one was my favorite out of the two, just because the shape of it is like this, and they are both synthetic, but this one comes to this sharp little point, and it was perfect to pack on the eyeshadow onto the lid. It just gets really close up to the crease, so it's perfect for when you're doing looks, when you're cutting the crease, because it gets right in there without overlapping your crease color. And it just really picks up a lot of color and pigment. And yeah, I loved this little guy. It was really comfortable to hold, and yeah, it was really fun. I love, out of the two, this is by far my favorite. So if you have to pick out of the two, I say go for this one. You could probably use this one as a concealer brush as well to actually cut the crease, but I used it to pack color on the crease, and I loved it. Now moving on to this guy right here. This is the other makeup brush, and it is super, super cute, and I did like it to blend, and I did use it to do a little bit of blending. It does a really good job at blending. I love synthetic brushes. You guys know that I use a lot of synthetic brushes when I do my eyeshadow looks. The only thing with this guy that was a little bit hard was just the handles right here. Sometimes got in my way, so I really had to play around with the way that I was holding it, because it was getting a little bit uncomfortable at times. It's fine, but I did have a little bit of a adjusting period where I really just had to like find my comfortable way of holding the brush. But other than that, like once you find your comfortable way to hold a brush, it should be fine. But yeah, I had a little bit of a hard time just holding this one and like making it feel comfortable in my hand. So yeah, I think that's it for the entire collection. Anyway, I hope that you guys liked the eyeshadow look. I hope that you liked the video. Let me know what you guys think about the collection down below. Do you think that you're gonna be picking anything up from the collection? Are you gonna get everything? Yeah, just let me know down below. And I do have more videos coming. I am gonna be reviewing the Jeffree Star Blue Blood palette, as well as the Morphe 35G palette, which I got a while back, but they did send it to me in PR, so I will be doing a giveaway with that palette, so stay tuned for that. I do also have a couple of giveaways running on my Instagram, although by the time this video comes out, I think there's only going to be one giveaway, and it'll be a contacts giveaway where I'm going to be picking 3 winners to win my favorite pair of contacts. Actually, no, you guys will get to pick whatever contacts you would like. I'm going to choose 3 winners. That's going to be on my Instagram, so don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Glitter Beauties, the same way that is spelled right here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.